The nominations for the 2022 Grammy Awards came out yesterday, and obviously a lot of people have thoughts and opinions. So let's go through some of the categories that at least I'm interested in that are relevant to this channel, so primarily the rap ones. First up, we have Best Rap Performance. So this is for a performance and for an individual track or a single. First, we have Family Ties from Baby Keem, Up by Cardi B, My Life, J. Cole, Way Too Sexy from Drake, and Thought Shit from Megan Thee Stallion. Now, my understanding of this category is that how does it sound performed, or how is it performed just in general, assuming live? The only ones that made the only one that makes no sense to me is Way Too Sexy, and I feel like it's just on there because Drake. It's a funny song, and it's a fun song, but it's not something that I would think, yes, that deserves a Grammy. Honestly, even Thought Shit, I don't know what it would be that makes it sound like, oh yes, this is a well-performed song. I don't know, maybe it's catchy to some people. Realistically, even Up, Family Ties, and My Life don't really fit that category in my mind, but also I don't know exactly what I feel would be a well-performed rap song. Out of these ones here, Up is probably one of the better performed ones. Cardi B has the energy and the charisma for this sort of thing, so it works well. Family Ties is cool too, though, and I think it's really, Family Ties would be good just because of all the beat switches and the way they carry themselves on the beat, but I know it's a very polarizing song for a lot of people. But I would say either Up or Family Ties. I wouldn't say My Life. Definitely not Way Too Sexy, though. Then we have Best Melodic Rap Performance. So, solo or collab performance containing both elements of R&B and rap. So we have Pride is the Devil with J. Cole, Need to Know, Doja Cat, Industry Baby, Lil Nas X, What's Your Name, Tyler the Creator, and Hurricane, Kanye. Now, this one is a little bit trickier because these tracks actually, I feel, do bring in more melodic rap. But for some reason, when I think of melodic rap, I think more of the sound that Future and Lil Baby bring in. So by having Lil Baby on two of these tracks, it makes a lot of sense. But if we're going with, yes, they sang on the hook as well as rapped, then it all makes sense. Personally, I would go with What's Your Name from Tyler because I love that album and I love that song. NBA Youngboy I wasn't expecting that from him. But I could also see Hurricane doing well and Pride is the Devil because that does sound like a melodic rap song, at least when I think of it. Industry Baby, I would like to win too, just because Lil Nas X deserves it. He's been doing really well. And then we have Best Rap Song, which is a songwriter award. So we have Bath Salts from DMX, Best Friend, Saweetie, Family Ties, Keem, Jail, Kanye West, and My Life, J. Cole. I'm just not going to include Bath Salts because it doesn't make sense for that song to be here, because that song, at least the majority of it, came out years ago. So that's a little bit weird. I personally wouldn't put Best Friend on there either. I wouldn't think Saweetie would be nominated for Rap Song of the Year. And then Family Ties, even Family Ties is I like it, but I understand that it's overall not the best option. Jail makes a lot of sense because of what Kanye is saying on it, and just everything around it. And also, it'd probably be a safe bet. But My Life, I could see that one getting it too, just because of the way that Moray comes in. And it, what's the song? It flips I think the Styles P song, and it just sounds so good. But I think Jail. I think I got Jail on this one. Then we have Best Rap Album. So this is for albums containing at least 51% playing time of new rap recordings. I like how they had to state in there that it has at least 51% playing time of new rap recordings. I guess that was an issue in the past. I don't know. Anyways, so we have J. Cole's The Offseason, Drake's Certified Lover Boy, Nas' King's Disease 2, Tyler the Creator, Call Me If You Get Lost, and Kanye West, Donda. Now this list is interesting because I feel like there was a lot of other albums that came out this year that personally probably could have been better, at least than, like, I mean, in other albums that I would at least imagine would be considered. I mean, Lil Sims dropped this year. And now I'm just drawing a blank on every other album that came out that I enjoyed. So, another thing to remember is that this, I guess, the qualifying or Grammy season is from September 1st, 2020 to September 31st, 2021. So albums that dropped in the last, basically 2 months won't be considered. So it has to have dropped by the end of September. But yeah, there's a few other albums I feel. I'm honestly just drawing a blank though. But I'm not too opposed to this list. I know West Side Gun's mad. West Side Gun's real mad that he didn't get a Grammy nod. Which, to be fair, did anyone think he was going to? Like, his albums were dope, but I would have been surprised if they had given him a nomination. Not gonna lie. I mean, they were dope albums. I enjoyed them, but I feel like the Grammy committee they don't really know who West Side Gun is yet. Anyways, with these albums that we have here, I wouldn't be surprised if Nas wins again. Like, it's a safe option. And all these albums are safe options, really. Like, they're just like, hey, all the big artists dropped. Let's give them all nominations. Like, alright, cool. Like, but I think, personally, I feel like if Nas wins, I don't think anyone would be upset. They'd be like, yeah, Nas gets it. He's the OG. He deserves it. People would probably be upset with everyone else, except for J. Cole. I think they'd be like, yeah, it's fine with J. Cole. Even though J. Cole's album, I feel like it's done well, and people still listen to it. But I've kind of fallen off on it. So it's, I don't know. I haven't listened to it as much as these other albums. Actually, I didn't even listen to Certified Lover Boy that much. But I think if either Drake or Kanye wins, there's going to be some sort of uproar. Just because, people are people. Like, the internet's weird. Although I think if Kanye wins, people will be less upset than if Drake wins, because they'd be like, Drake, he didn't need to win. But then Kanye, like everyone, like all the Kanye stans are gonna come out and say, "We told you he'd win. We told you he's the best." But personally, I feel like King's Disease 2 will win. It was a dope album. It was really solid. So I wouldn't be upset about that. And then the last thing to get into, just because it makes sense. Damn, I was going to say record of the year, but looking at this list, I've only listened to 4 of these songs. So we're just going to go right past that one. I do want to shout out the people who I feel are dope on there. Like, you got Lil Nas X and Silk Sonic. So if either of them win, I'm going to be happy about it. And then with Album of the Year, the only reason I wanted to bring that up at all is because we have Doja Cat, which, really? And then Lil Nas X, which I'm a little more okay with. And then we have Donda. Like, Donda? Album of the Year? I mean, I know a lot of people were talking about it, but really? Sure. I mean, the thing is, if Kanye gets right album of the year, that's huge. Like, I'm I'm not gonna be mad at it. Good for him if he does. And honestly, that's a huge look. Like, I don't remember. Like, I don't know if Kanye has gotten Album of the Year nominations before, but that's pretty big. But yeah, that's probably all I got. Because like I said, I'm only talking about the ones that are relevant to me in this channel and that make like I know of. Because realistically, I mostly listen to hip hop. I listen to other things, but I just don't have time to. Like, I try to listen to a lot of the releases that come out, so there's not that much time in the day to listen to everything. Not even gonna lie. But you know, with all that said, this year I feel like the Grammy nominations are a little bit safer than usual, and it's kind of the usual suspects. But that's not a bad thing. In general, with the Grammys and awards and all that, like, it is really a popularity contest at the end of the day. At least in my mind, I understand that a lot of people really enjoy them, and I understand their purpose. But you know, sometimes they just be doing too much. Like, oh yes, like I'm gonna make this album and get a Grammy. Like, I don't think people really have that in mind anymore. But they're like, yeah, if I get a Grammy, that's dope. So I think we've started to change that, and seeing this year's list and last year's list, like, at least in the rap category, things have shifted a little bit. But I don't know. I'm still kind of whatever on award ceremonies. But that's all I got. Let me know in the comments below who you think's gonna win, and like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you for watching, and please stay safe out there.